Okay, so this week is going to be slightly different. There's not necessarily a direct lesson. You're going to be more exploring this simulation here and then answering these questions based off of the simulation. So we are leaving our chemistry unit, sorry, we're leaving our waves unit and we're going to our chemistry unit, which might be our last unit, okay? All right, so first thing you do is you want to go ahead and click on this fat building atom. Once you click on it, it's going to bring you to this page, okay? You go ahead and you click play. It's going to pop up the simulation. And then you have these three options. What I want you to do is click atom. Okay, so you can do the game later. That might actually help you for the future. But for now, just click atom. So it brings you to this. What we're doing is we're building an atom. You have your protons, your neutrons, your electrons. Okay, these are what we call our subatomic particles. So we have three subatomic particles. This lets us look at our net charge. What is the charge of the atom, or what is the charge of each one? So for example, if I put a proton, I realize that gives me a positive charge, right? And you can do that for the rest. If it doesn't put a charge, then that means it doesn't have a charge, okay? This is my mass number. It tells me, do these compounds add a weight? So for example, say I put a neutron. If you notice, my mass changed. So the neutron has a mass of 1 because it went up by 1, okay? This middle, that's what I call my nucleus. These are these outside layers. These are what I call my energy shells. Okay, so inside is the nucleus, outside is energy shells. And this here tells me what type of element I have, which might change depending on what we have. Okay, and then you can kind of just mess around with it till you answer all the questions that are listed on the tabs here. Okay, so it might be easier to first write these questions down. You don't have to though, or you can print it out and you can be answering the questions while you work through the simulation, or you can just be kind of flipping back and forth. Okay, so for example, the first question is, where are the protons and neutrons located? Well, we already went over what this is called. That's where my protons and neutrons are, right? Whereas electrons are in a different location. So that's all you got to do is you just got to follow this, read the question, and then go and figure that out in the simulation. Okay, so for example, let's look at this one. Which of the following do not change the mass of the protons, electrons, or neutrons? Well, I would just look at the mass. I would mess around with this. Let's see, put an electron. Oh, that didn't change. Put a proton. That did change. And I can put a neutron and so forth. So you just gotta play around with it until you get the answer for the questions. I'm not looking for 100% answers. This is just for you to explore it. Okay. If you have any questions, just email me. This week we'll have our Zoom meeting at 10:20 on Wednesday. So not Monday, but Wednesday. Okay. And